No one know? The Muslims were rejecting the kuffar. So they wanted to create a new Islamic cult which is not about jihad, will not go against the British intelligence or the British army. They will not resist them. They can control the Islamic area forever. So they created Ahmad Mirza Ghulam, who is against jihad. A peaceful version of Islam. No war, no killing, no jihad, no fighting the British. This is why his followers, they don't fight the British people. And this is why they've been beloved by the British people. Supported, protected. And actually, maybe many of you do not know that the Mirza, the Ahmadiyya, they have a huge, big center in Israel. In Israel, they are very welcome. You know, the Israeli, they welcome really big, welcome them big deal. Why? Because simply, the same as the British intelligence, they hope that this sect will spread and more Muslims will join it, and then more peace will happen, because those are just another cult like Islam, but they are a version of it which is not going to go violence and commit suicide bombing and etc. This is why many Western government actually they sponsor this cult. And you know the actually Israel or whatever occupation, they wish all the Muslims will turn to be Ahmadiyya in 1 second. However, I believe strongly that Ahmadiyya are no different from the Muslims. You see, Ahmad Mirza Ghulam is a scam. So when he is weak, he needed the British people, but if he gets strong really, then he will say, oh, I was at that time, etc. It's a metaphorical thing, but we have to go and do jihad now. So when they are, you know, let us say, weak, they are peaceful. But this is the case for all Muslims. Isn't Muhammad, he was peaceful when he was weak? When he got strong, then he wanna kill everybody. And this is exactly what the case of Ahmadiyya. So they might look like they are peaceful people now, you know, but because they are weak. If they get to be the majority, then you will see what they can do. You will not know really the real color of this group until they became the majority. Dialogues, your mic.
Well, thank you very much. I don't agree with a lot of what you said, but I will agree with one thing, that the more people join it, the more peace will take place. And this is a messianic prophecy that will be fulfilled when this happens. But with regards to this arrow, let us go back to the crucifixion, because the real topic we are supposed to be debating is the crucifixion. You said they used an arrow and they hit Jesus in the chest, but actually it was a spear thrust, not an arrow. It was a spear, and it was thrust in his side. Now it doesn't say his chest, it says it was thrust in his side. Now you alleged that only in dead men water will come out from their body, but actually medics, they know, the doctors, they know that dead men don't bleed. Dead men do not bleed because the blood starts to congeal immediately or very soon after death, in a matter of seconds. So dead men don't bleed, and blood and water gushing out is actually a sign of life, not a sign of death. So you made an error of judgment in that regard. Now, as regards the nails that you were talking about,
Am I heard? Dialogues. Just to show everybody that you are really a liar. Uh, if somebody dead for long, then there's no blood will come. If he is dead for long, this is a person. They are confirming his death. So let us assume that he was not dead, as you said. The Bible confirmed that the blood and water came out. According to science, water only come from someone is dead, not from someone is alive. However, you can provide right now a link for what you are saying to prove me wrong. Feel free, no problem. Alright? But this is mean that Jesus was crucified. This is number one. There's nails in his hands, there's nails in his feet, and you said a spear, no problem. This is correct actually. For me, I'm just using my English skills when I said an arrow. They use a spear. What is the difference between an arrow and a spear? A spear actually is bigger and more harmful. Correct, guys? Arrow is something small. Spear is a machine to make a big hole in the body. So it's not something small. Arrow is going to be small due to the nature of this tool. So a spear is something big, and it's going to make a bigger hole in the body. Now, after all of this, still Jesus is alive for you. And there's no reason to say such a thing. There's nobody said that Jesus was alive. The Bible confirmed his death. None of his followers says, we took Jesus, he was okay, and we took him, etc. There's no need to say all those stories, especially if Jesus already he run away and he's far. Correct, guys? Actually, if Jesus want to run away from the cross, he can run away before they come. He know what time they will come to him. He know what time. Actually, he know even who is the one who will, who will betray him. Is that correct, guys? He know everything will happen. So why this is drama for? He can just go and run. He can run away a week before they come to him. He can move to different city, to different country. So all is a fabrication with no proof. So all what you are saying now to us is maybe. However, the Quran confirms something very important, that we saw him in the cross. It was made to appear to them. Who? Everybody. The Quran never said that some of his followers, they know he is not dead. The Quran doesn't say only certain people they thought he is dead. It says it made to appear to them. And all the Islamic stories confirm that. So when the Christians, they say, we saw Jesus on the cross, they are not lying, because the Quran even confirming that there was Jesus on the cross. He was crucified. And then the Quran confirmed that it was, yes, he was crucified, but it was someone in his likeness. None of the Muslim stories, actually, not even one, ever, said it was Jesus who was crucified, but he been taken down alive. This is only the fabrication of the Ahmadiyya, which a person who came 2,000 years after Jesus. So the Muslims who came 600 years after Jesus, they said it was someone in the likeness of Jesus. This is why the Quran used the word shubbiha lahum. Shubbiha lahum, what does that mean? You are reading the Islamic translation, which is not really accurate when you say English. The word shubbiha is the likeness of Jesus. The likeness of Jesus. It's not only it made appear to them. No. They crucified the likeness of Jesus. And that matched with the story which Muslims they believe in, that someone looked like Jesus, he was crucified. Now, why the Muslims reject the crucifixion of Jesus anyway? Like what would happen if Jesus, he was crucified for real, and he was resurrected for real? If the Muslims themselves, they believe that Jesus himself, he raised people from death. Correct, guys? We need to think about it. If the Muslim accept that Jesus, he can raise a human being who is dead for 3 days from the grave, why they cannot accept Jesus to be resurrected from the grave? What the reason? I don't see a reason. What the problem? Anyone see the problem? Like what will happen? Even the Quran confirmed that the Jews, they killed many prophets. And as long Jesus is just one of those prophets, so why they cannot kill him? Why all the prophets was killed and Allah never saved them, but in the case of Jesus, Allah will save him? Simply because, as I said, Muhammad, he is following a cult which was exist in the Arabian Peninsula. Some of the Jews who were kicked out of Jerusalem after the Roman occupation. The Persian, they took Jerusalem in the year 614. And then the Roman, and actually there's a verse about it in the Quran. غُلِبَتُ الروم. The Rome, they've been defeated, and they will be victorious later, in a few years. That's what the verse is saying. Actually, this was a verse, fabrication verse. Why? Because this verse came after the victory happened, you know. And I made a video about it. You can read it in my book anyway. However, when the Persian, they occupied Jerusalem, the Jews, they took the side of the Persian, and they killed a lot of Christians inside Jerusalem, and they burned their churches. So what the Roman did, who at that time was a Christian, when they enter Jerusalem again, they seek revenge from the Jews. So all the Jews, they fled out of Jerusalem for their safety. This is why they went all the way to Mecca. Why? Because in Mecca, the Romans have no authority. This is why you see, like, did you ask yourself why there is Jewish in Mecca? Why anyone want to go to Mecca anyway? It's a dead land. Simply they are seeking the land where nobody can be there from the Roman. Alright? So those Jews, they are the one who carry with them this story, because for them they did not believe how Jesus, he was able to come back from death. We killed him. This is what the Quran says actually. Guys, the Quran says we killed him. Right? The Quran says we killed him. So what the Jews confirmed? The Jews themselves, who hate Jesus supposedly, they confirm that they killed him. Now why the Jews, they will say we'll kill him, and when they are not sure? If they are not sure. So according to the Muslims, or this Abdul here, God, he is a scammer. He is a false God. He is a liar. He did scam the Jews. He made them believe that Jesus was crucified, but Allah the liar, he was playing games with the Jews, and it was someone else, not Jesus. Or in the other scenario, which this guy is saying, Allah, he did not make Jesus die. He make him survive. And actually, he came with a new story. He said maybe that those people, the friends of Jesus, they gave him a drink which make him appear to be dead. All right. So do you see now how many scenarios? Maybe Jesus did not die, and it was a drink they gave him to make him appear to be dead. Maybe it was the likeness of Jesus. Maybe it was, Allah, he made someone take the look of Jesus. Maybe Allah, he made someone look like Jesus to punish him. And maybe Jesus, he asked one of his followers, who want to take my look, as the story of Ibn Kathir? Who want to take my look? So all those maybe stories have nothing to do with any proofs or any reference except maybe. And the funny guys, Muslims, they say to you, do you know that the earlier Bible was written 60 years after Jesus? 60 years after Jesus. How you can accept that? By the way, the Quran, they have it today. According to studies, the older version of it is 300 years and nobody can find it. Nobody knows where it is, even the original one. 300 years after Muhammad. However, 60 years after Jesus is a problem. But then after 600 years of everybody believing in Jesus' crucifixion, Abdul, his name is Muhammad, and then another Abdul, who come 2,000 years after. Like how many thousand years? 2,000 years after, to say to us, I wasn't crucified, I was in the bus. Now I want to ask you dialogues. Ahmad Mirza Ghulam, when he ran from the cross alive, what happened? Where he go? What happened? Where he was hiding all those years? 2,000 years. Guys, do you like to know? People, do you like to know? If you read the verse with me in the Quran, it says, surely, and they are saying, surely we have killed the Messiah. What they are saying? Surely. Do you see it? That's what the Quran is saying. So now we have the Jews' word who hated Jesus, and they said, surely we killed him. Then we have Allah's word, he's saying it was the likeness of him. But it appeared to them, you know. The fact in Arabic, it's more clear, but no problem, even with the translation, you know, it's clear, evident, that the Jews confirm that they killed him. Now, I want to give you the question again, dialogues, and I want to ask you, please answer me. Let us say, for the sake of argument, what you said is true. Jesus was not crucified. What happened after that? Anyone is recording this argument, guys? Any one of you is recording? All right, I would like to see it in YouTube, please. You can send it to me later. Dialogues. What happened to Jesus after he was saved from the cross according to your logic, your mind? Where he went? What happened? 2,000 years, what happened to him?
Okay, thank you very much for passing the mic on to me. I will try to answer your question, but you spoke for maybe about 10 minutes, and then I spoke for about 30 seconds, and then you dotted me, and then you spoke for another 10 minutes and said a lot of things and asked a lot of questions. I will try to answer your questions, but keep in mind that initially when we started this debate, you said that you would speak for 1 minute and I would speak for 2 minutes. This is how you started, but try to abide by your assertion, your promise that you made. Now, I will answer your question, although that is going away from the topic that we were discussing. But since you've asked me this question, I will answer it. Jesus said in John chapter 10 verse 16 that I have other sheep that are not of this fold, and I will go to them, and they will hearken my voice, and there will be one flock and one shepherd. He was referring to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. There were 12 tribes of Israel, and 10 tribes had been taken into captivity about half a millennium before Christ by the Assyrians and the Babylonians, and they had settled in Kashmir, Afghanistan, and those areas. And Jesus went to them to preach his gospel, his message to them, and they accepted his teachings. So this is what happened to Jesus after the attempted crucifixion in Judea had failed, and he survived.
Dialogue, sorry, I don't mean to disturb you, so hold on. What is the proof that Jesus went all the way to Kashmir? Do you have any reference? Any people saw him? Like, here we go, Jesus, he is going out of Jerusalem, which means this is 2,000 years ago, and then Jesus, he went all the way to Kashmir, and there is a Jewish tribe in Kashmir. Do you have any proof and reference of those Jewish who they are in Kashmir at that time, as you claim? And do you have a proof that Jesus appeared in Kashmir 2,000 years ago? You might.
Okay, peace be upon you. You dotted me again, but anyway, there is proof. There is proof because the people of Kashmir, they claim to be Israelites. If you ask the people of Kashmir, they claim that they are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as regards the presence of Jesus there is a tomb of Jesus in Kashmir. And I'm going to give you a link. I'm going to put out a link in the room of the feet carvings of Jesus. I know the admin doesn't allow links, but I'm going to put a star before it. And if you click on that link, there is a feet carvings of Jesus beside this tomb, which serve as an identity to the person. And these feet carvings show crucifixion wounds on the feet. So I would suggest you click on this link and scroll a little bit down, and you will see the feet carvings where they show the nail wounds of Jesus's feet. So it is an identity marker to indicate to us that this tomb is the tomb of Jesus in Kashmir, India. Okay, so this is definitive proof that Jesus, peace be upon him, actually migrated uh, from Judea to Kashmir, eventually settled in Kashmir and preached to the people there. But this is not the only proof. There are proofs in books of history about Jesus traveling to these parts and preaching to these people. And I can give you a link to an article which gives the historical references.
Peace upon you, brother. So Jesus, he went all the way to Kashmir, and now we have the footprint of his feet, which is very funny, because why there's a footprint of Jesus in Kashmir but not in Jerusalem? Like when Jesus, he walk in the floor and the ground, he leave footprint everywhere. And guys, take a look at the picture and laugh. Now, you say that Jesus, he died there. He died there, right? Guys, did he say there? And there's a tomb for him? Did he say that? Okay. So now Jesus, he went to Kashmir, and then he died in Kashmir, and then how he come back alive again as Ahmad Mirza Ghulam? He did not go to heaven? He was in the grave? When he died, when he was in the grave, can you tell us a date, like how long after his crucifixion date Jesus he died? And what city he lived in? And what is the book he was teaching? And where is the reference? Just people, they say we are Jews. You know, people of Kashmir, they hate the Jews. They want to kill every Jew. Is that correct, guys? People of Kashmir, they want to kill every Jew they can meet. What are you talking about? They sing a song, says, Khaybar, Khaybar, Ya Yahud, Jayshu Muhammad, Sawfa Yahud. O people of Khaybar, Khaybar, O Yahud, which means the Jews, the army of Muhammad is going to come back. And you are telling me they are Jews? No problem. Now, when Jesus, he went there and he died, how many years after the crucifixion it was? And what happened after that? And what he was teaching? What is the religion he was teaching? Your mic.
Welcome back, Christian Chicken, you Zionist people.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, when asked about the name of his religion, Jesus is reported to have said, the name of my religion is love. Okay, the name of my religion is love. And I have suffered much in the land of the disbelievers, and they crucified me. They put me on a cross, and he suffered much because of that. So these are the nutshell of his teaching was.
Hold on. There. Sorry, sorry. I cannot resist really doubting you guys because we understand, guys. The religion of Jesus, it was love. So he's not a Muslim. I thought Jesus is a Muslim. He did not teach jihad. He went to Kashmir and he was teaching the love. And Jesus he suffered in the cross. Like what happened? It's just a few wounds. You just said they gave him a drink and he was asleep. Guys, did he say they gave him a drink and he was asleep? Maybe. And then he woke up. Hey, there's nothing. Come on. And not only he's healthy, he was able to walk all the way to India, and wherever he stepped, he left, a footprint. I love my shoes, but they don't leave footprint. So he went all the way to India to teach love. Why you don't teach love in, And you mentioned to us that he said that I came to my sheep and my sheep they rejected me. I have sheep in different place. Why it is Kashmir? Why it's Kashmir? Simply what the Bible says, that I came to the Jews rejected me, and my sheep is everybody in the world. Correct, guys? Like us. The Gentiles, those who they are not the believers. He came to the Jews rejected him. So he have sheep, and those sheep is everybody. This is why we are allowed to be Christian. The Jews, they have to be born from a Jewish mother and father, specifically mother first. So when you say Jesus, he went all the way to teach love, this is not a name of a religion. We never heard of it. We never heard of, he teach love, yes. Secondly, this is cannot be Jesus the Muslim, because Jesus the Muslim, he is not about love. Islam is not about love. Like, can you find me in the Quran where Allah he teach love? Because if Jesus was teaching love according to you, and Allah is teaching jihad and killing those who don't believe in Allah and hate, somebody post for us guys chapter 5 verse 14. Allah he said in the Quran, I will spread hate and enmity between the Christians from now until judgment day. What Allah will spread? Hate and enmity. Between who? The Christians. Jesus, he want to spread love according to you. Obviously Jesus has nothing to do with Allah, because if he is from Allah, he should spread hate between the Christians, because this is the message of Allah. So you just prove to us again that the teaching of the Bible is accurate. Jesus, he teach love, he is about love, therefore he cannot be a Muslim prophet. Now let us go back to the scenario you are talking about, the movie. Jesus, he went all the way to Kashmir. Why he did not stop in Syria? Syria, they are Aramaic. The Roman. What about Iran? They are in the way. But do you know how many countries he have to go through? All of them, they don't believe. Why he went all the way to Kashmir? Your mind. And again, please take a note. He went all the way to Kashmir. So my question now, why he went all the way to Kashmir? And then which year he died? Alright? And how many years he was in the grave? And when he came back to resurrection? I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Can I just read out what somebody is stating in the text? This is ridiculous dialogues. You will never get your just say in this room, with this room owner dotting you at every one of your statements. So this is the situation, Christian Prince. You promised 1 minute you will speak.
Yeah, we are not talking about crucifixion no more. We are talking about the trip of Jesus to Kashmir. All what I'm saying, I'm dotting you to ask you more questions, correct guys? I'm giving you the mic back. Because you are giving us story without details, so we are trying to get the details. Give us details, please. So don't cry, all right? So I am keeping my promises. I'm not the one who's talking, it's you. I'm asking just questions. You are the one who's giving answers. So Jesus, he went all the way to Kashmir. Why he went to Kashmir? Why he did not stop in Syria? Why he did not stop for the Roman? Why he did not stop in Iran or the Persian? And India is far away. It's really far. Why he did not go to China? Why he stopped in Kashmir specifically? Secondly, what year he died? I hope you are taking notes, so I will not give you a dot, because I want an answer for every one of those one by one. So, number one, why he went to Kashmir? There's any proof of people between those countries that said we saw Jesus the Messiah? Why he went to Kashmir? Which year he died? How many years he stayed in the grave? And when he was resurrected back as Ahmad Mirza Ghulam? Or let us say, after he was in the grave, did he go up to heaven? He come back? What happened? Give us details, you mind.
Okay, well, you seem to have some misconceptions. We don't believe that Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, peace be upon him, is a reincarnation of Jesus, on whom be peace. We don't believe that. We believe that he came in the spirit and power of Jesus, just like John the Baptist came in the spirit and power of Elijah.
Just wait. You see, you are forcing me to dot you. Guys, did Ahmad Mirza Ghulam raise people from there? Did he say the spirit and the power of Jesus? Did he say that? Okay, this is the power of Jesus. Jesus, people touch him, they get healed. Your Ahmad Mirza Ghulam, he died from diarrhea. diarrhea. So how he is the Messiah who had the power of Jesus? Let us say he is not Jesus exactly. He is, by the way, this is not what the Ahmad Mirza teach. He say, I am the Messiah. You are lying. He say clearly, I am the Messiah. He didn't say, I come with the power of the Messiah. Why he need to come with the power of the Messiah anyway? Who need that power? Like what for? Can God give him a power specifically, his power as a prophet of God? Why he need, like what? He took the power of the Messiah, he gave it to him. Hey Messiah, give me your power. Give me your spirit, give me your power. We are going to lend it to Mr. Ahmad Mirza Ghulam, and he will borrow it for some time, and then he will die by diarrhea after having your power. So Abdul, listen to me carefully. Can you give me a reference? It says that Ahmad Mirza Ghulam is not the Messiah according to the Ahmadiyya. Can you give me a proof of that? I want to see it. Your mind.
Well, we do not believe he is Jesus himself. He made that very clear that he was Mathil of Messiah.
Don't play games. He is the Mathil. Guys, he is the Mathil. He's the likeness. Show me the proof. He said many times, I am the Messiah. Is that true or I'm lying? Is it true that he said, I am the Messiah? Or he said, I am the like of the Messiah? Your mind.
He said, I am the promised Messiah who came in the likeness of Isa, in the likeness of Jesus.
Guys, did you hear? He said, I am the promised Messiah. How many Messiah there is? How many Messiah there is? There's only one Messiah. So when he claimed to be the Messiah, but he is not Isa, what does that mean? Who care about Isa anyway? Who is Isa? You just said that he said, I am the Messiah. Not only the Messiah, I am the promised Messiah. I want to ask you where you get this word, the promised Messiah. Because he was speaking about all the prophecy, correct? Is that correct, guys? He said the promised Messiah. Is that correct? So where Ahmad Mirza he got that the idea or the belief that there's a promised Messiah, where he got that from? You might.
Very simple, from Muslim sources. The Muslim sources, Muslim ahadith, talk about the appearance of a Messiah after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who would be different from the Jesus, the previous Messiah. This is in Sahih al-Bukhari, and I can give you the references. You want me to show you? Okay, give me a little bit of time. I will show you the references. No problem at all. No problem at all. Let me give you the references. The description of the different descriptions of Jesus, of the Messiah. One, the Messiah of the past, and two, the Messiah to come. So here is a reference about the Miraj. You know the Miraj? Well, here is a reference from the Miraj that I saw Jesus, Moses, and Abraham. Jesus had a reddish complexion, curly hair, and a wide chest. And then here is the description of the Messiah to come in the future. While I was asleep circumambulating the Kaaba in my dream, suddenly I saw a man of brown complexion and lank hair walking between two men, and water dripping from his head. I asked, who is this? The people said, he is the son of Mary. Now, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had seen Jesus in the Miraj, so this was another Messiah whom he did not recognize. So when he saw him, he had a brown complexion and he had lank straight hair, and he asked,
Abdul, just wait. Just wait. Guys, Muhammad, he went to heaven flying with his flying donkey, and then he saw someone there. He is a blonde guy with curly hair, all right? And he said, who is this guy? They said to him, this is the Messiah. Okay, my question for you was, where your Ahmad Mirza Ghulam, he said there is a promised Messiah. This is the same Messiah. The hadith did not say this is different Messiah, this is a fake Messiah, this is a copy of the Messiah, this is a 3D print of the Messiah. The hadith says, he asked, who is this? They said to him, this is Isa, the son of Maryam, not someone, the son of Maryam. The son of Maryam, not a copy. You said that your Ahmad Mirza Ghulam, he said, I am not Isa, I am a likeness of Isa. I am the promised Messiah. Now this is the Messiah. The Messiah in Islam is only one person. He is the son of Mary. Isa, the son of Mary. This is how Allah, he presented him. Never said there's a one Messiah, fake Messiah. Actually there's a fake Messiah, the Dajjal, supposedly. The hadith you present to me is